What up, guys? It's Mike.
It's Rowena.
This just happened a couple days ago, and this is a channel, China Uncensored. I don't know if you guys watch it or not. They used to be people I work with. They started a channel that was more kind of like comedy, satire, making fun of some ridiculous stuff going on in China.
Yeah.
If there's nothing ridiculous happening, then the show wouldn't exist. But there is a lot of stuff coming out of China. We talk about it on this show oftentimes. That's what that particular channel is. The channel is blocked by Apple TV in places like, not in China.
In China.
Well, in China as well.
China,
but,
yeah, that's fine.
But I mean, we understand that. But in Hong Kong, Taiwan, right? Anywhere else?
That's it.
Hong Kong and Taiwan, which is kind of surprising.
For a show like China Uncensored, which does talk about politics,
Yeah.
being blocked in China, it's fine because everything's blocked in China.
Right.
But for it to be blocked in Hong Kong and Taiwan, and for a company like Apple to do that, I don't think that's okay.
Hong Kong, I feel like it's more, I understand it more than I do Taiwan.
Because it's still a part of the
Hong Kong
mainland.
is China now.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a huge amount of influence over Hong Kong by Beijing, right? So that I kind of get. But Taiwan is like, Taiwan is basically anti-China.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't care about your Taiwanese.
Yeah.
They don't care about anything about the Chinese policies. I mean, come on, there's missiles put at Taiwan at all times. You think they really give a rip about like what China thinks?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's Taiwan themselves.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's Taiwan themselves. It's Apple right now.
Yeah.
We're not talking about. It's not like Taiwan.
If anything, the people of Taiwan will be like, yes, make more of these videos so more of the world people can know.
Right. I do feel like the Hong Kong political people, government people might have exerted pressure onto Apple to be like, yo, take this out.
Yeah.
So I guess one of a few things could have happened, right? So China could have been like, Apple, take it all off in these Mandarin Chinese speaking locations. Just take it all off. Or it could have been like, Hong Kong and Taiwan each separately petitioned to take it off. But I don't think that's the case because I don't think Taiwan would do that. Hong Kong might do that because they're very much influenced by mainland, but I don't think Taiwan would.
So to give a little more context, Apple TV, there's apps within Apple TV where you can download and watch shows.
Right.
And so China Uncensored just got approved to be in the Apple TV App Store March of 2017, so this is just last month. But yesterday, they found that they were blocked in Hong Kong and Taiwan. So their app can no longer be found within the App Store.
So, but you can still watch them through like Roku, all this other stuff is okay?
Roku, Amazon Fire.
But just not Apple.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's Apple, and the reason is pretty simple, right?
Majority of their phone sales are made in China.
That's a huge market.
Yeah.
That's a huge market. Yeah. Talking about Amazon, like China doesn't use Amazon. Chinese people don't use. They use their own Taobao, so Amazon doesn't care, right? So China has their own versions of everything. They actually do have their own version of Apple as well. They just call it fake Apple, whatever. But Apple, understand, like that's their biggest market in the world. I mean, U.S., come on, there are people in Apple products in China are insane. People sell their kidneys for an Apple iPhone.
Yeah.
So this is like their huge market. So I understand why they did it. I don't agree with it.
Bend over backwards to do something like that.
So I understand why, but I don't agree, right? Because like obviously, I mean, it's
censorship.
It's censorship, but also, if you're willing to just censor like a small YouTube show, what else are you willing to do?
Okay, another thing is China Uncensored isn't that big. There's about 400,000
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
subscribers.
It's a small YouTube show. It's not like
it's not like a
Conan O'Brien or late night with David Letterman or something like David Letterman's gone. Sorry, who's the new guy? Colbert. Anyway, so I mean that's just kind of that is kind of what worries me. How does that even land on your desktop?
Your radar,
How does Apple even you get an email about the little YouTube show?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get blocked?
Oh, another thing is I don't think Apple was just looking through the catalog and
they don't care.
Let's block this.
No, there's a reason behind this. Someone pointed out to Apple, hey, we don't want this over there. I mean, ultimately, censorship does not work. You cannot contain 1.6 billion people from information they want access to. Right now, VPNs are on the rise in China. People want information. People want to know what's outside of China.
And they know how to get it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't block everything.
By being how global the world is now and how many Chinese people have left mainland to either go study or do business, they do know the truth.
And by truth, what we mean is, look, we all know that China state media, that's why they call it China state media. Let's not kid ourselves here, okay? They block whatever they don't want people to access in China. And obviously, they try to block sensitive information from coming out of China. That's what we mean by information, the truth. And during the Tiananmen Square massacre,
Yeah.
which, by the way,
Great example.
is not taught in textbooks in China.
No.
And a lot of people, your age actually,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even know what it's about.
So when you Google Tiananmen Square in China, beautiful tourist pictures come up with
Yeah.
flowers in
Or
the
they,
springtime.
or they say it's actually a student riot. They never
Yeah.
say it's like a, it was a massacre.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't say that. But
When we Google Tiananmen Square here, the first picture that comes up, as you guys I'm sure know, is the tank photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people I've talked to who are part of the Tiananmen Square massacre, and they even said they protest because they want information, and especially when that event was going on, they want information about what is happening in China from other media sources that's not in, because they weren't getting any information. So that's all they wanted. They wanted to know the truth, and I feel like by censoring shows, any shows like big or small, who aren't afraid to say things, then that's doing a real disservice and kind of standing on like the opposite side, like that a company like Apple shouldn't do. But okay, look, we get it. Apple, you're a for-profit company. You're thinking about your bottom line. That's all you think about. You're not trying to be a company that also do the right thing. You never promised that. iPhone's never promised to save the world. Okay, I get that, but still, to bully some little YouTube show, that's really beneath you.
Do you think this would have happened under Steve Jobs? I mean, he wanted to make the world a better place. He wanted to challenge the status quo.
I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know Steve Jobs personally.
Yeah.
But I just feel like any big global corporation, like
It's a tough situation to be in.
yeah, I'm just saying, it's a small YouTube. I just don't understand. It's a small
know.
YouTube show.
I know.
Like, you're gonna block this show? I mean, this show's like whatever. So I can't imagine like Apple people were like, hey, yeah, Chen News, block that sucker. Like, I mean,
Talking too much about China.
yeah, like I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they did. It'd be kind of interesting. I'd love to sit in on that conversation.
I mean, you can't watch YouTube in China, right?
I know you can't,
Yeah.
but I mean Taiwan and Hong Kong or whatever. But you can definitely watch over there. But crazy situation. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. See you.